Now, this is the time, as you can see with the weather changing, to make sure your home is properly insulated. It's going to be safer, more durable, and comfortable, not to mention you're going to save on your energy bill. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Hey, thanks for having us back.
Hey, you're the guy I think a lot of people are going to want to see, because if you have any problems in the house as far as leakage and problems with insulation, you're going to feel it this week.
It's that time of year again. You know, it's really obviously, we just saw the weather starting to really cool down this week. The snow's coming, and we get tons of complaints this time of year. Why are my house so drafty? And we really want to get our team out, you know, to do a blower door test, to do an assessment on the house, to really look at the furnace hot water tanks, look at the efficiencies. You know, it could be an 80% efficient furnace, but it's really running at 40 or 50%. And the rest of it, you know, that's only 50 cents on the dollar you're actually gaining from the gas. It's not worth it. You really can upgrade.
So, Mike, you can do these tests even after it gets cold?
Yes, we can do them all year round. We do them in the heat, we do them in the cold. It doesn't matter. It really has a lot to do with the efficiency of your furnaces, the hot water tanks, and then also looking at insulation levels, taking a look at windows and doors to see the air tightness of your house. The windows and the doors are huge culprits, and even around plumbing stacks in your basement, plumbing stacks in your attic, a lot of things we want to look for that we can improve, and some of them are real simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. First of all, I love this look right there, and if you can see, you can easily put a storm over this, but windows and doors, you can get a lot of energy leakage if they're not sealed correctly. Yeah,
windows and doors, you could have the best window and door installed in your house, the most expensive, the best quality. If they're not installed properly in the air sealing around the perimeter of the door, that's where you need to really make sure it's nice and tight.
Okay, furnaces, hot water tanks, all of that can be checked. You guys can come out and check everything.
Every bit of that can be checked. We're really looking for health and safety first. We want to make sure that there's no CO getting into the house anywhere. Every house we go into to work in the programs through NYSERDA, we're going to put in a CO detector if you don't already have one. In the basement, right by the combustion safety zone, we really want to make sure that the furnaces are running at top quality for you. And if they're not, we're going to show you how we can help you get new ones in.
Mike, how old are furnaces and water tanks now, where they are, believe it or not, and the technology changes so fast, where they're really outdated already, and you're spending a lot more on energy than you should?
The program standards we really look at anything over 10 years. We're really looking at, and tons of people have, I would say 90% of the homes we go into, people have furnace and hot water tanks 10, 20, 30, 40 years old. I was in a house last week, the boiler was 80 years old. It just needs to be updated.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a nice thing to say, look, it hasn't broken down, it's great, but you have no idea how much more you're paying on your bill, because that is just not efficient.
That's the biggest piece, is how much money we can actually save you. Usually the savings that we can capture will pay for the work and then some. You're still putting money in your pocket. And there's all sorts of programs to help people out to pay for the work itself.
Mike, take a look at this house. The siding, is this all energy efficient, having siding put on the house?
The siding itself is not energy efficient. There's dowel board behind this, which gives you an added R4. When we go to site a house, we're going to tape all of our Tyvek. We're going to put our R4 insulation on the wall, which will help. And then also when we're installing the windows and the doors, making sure that they're installed properly, make sure that there's low foam going all the way around the perimeter before everything gets trimmed. All the stuff that you do not see is what's saving you money. You can, again, have a real nice door or window, and they're not going to be saving you money if they're not installed properly.
And I love the fact that when somebody, let's say you put on a door, you can also give them so many more choices for the storm on top of it, even when it comes down to, you know, the latches and the locks.
Yeah, the finishes.
Really, it's such a difference.
In this door, I mean, there's raise and lower blinds. There's a million things that we can show you that will help you in your personality of your own house.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
We're going to keep going, take a look. Oh, this is hot water, right?
This is hot water, and this is actually serving two purposes in this home. This is actually considered a boiler, okay?
Oh, wow.
This is heating that home, and it's also giving the domestic hot water. So it's a twofold system. So instead of having a boiler and a hot water tank, we actually got into one unit.
Oh, wow.
This fires off. It's going to do the hot water. It's also going to heat the home through the hydronic heating system. There's a couple zones here you'll see. One's for the hot water and one's for the heating. It's a fantastic system. It's a two-pipe system, which basically these two white pipes that are coming up top, they're PVC, vented right to the outside and bringing fresh air in. That's how you know it's a high-efficiency unit. You're really looking for that. Everything is a great system, and it saves a lot of money.
I love how, you know, from the female perspective, you're getting that big hot water tank out of the middle of your basement. You can use that space now.
And the boiler, too.
And the boiler, too.
Those take up some large areas, and specifically the boiler in the older technology. It was a huge unit that we took out. This actually got against the sidewall, and now you have an open, free space.
Yeah, I love it. Alrighty. Again?
This is another boiler. Now this is a straight boiler. There's no hot water. There was left a hot water tank in this. It's a little bigger of a unit. If you notice, there's a couple more zones here. I think they had 3 or 4 zones inside of that house, which then we have 3 or 4 thermostats inside of that house. Then you can actually control the different zones with different temperature. You know, so if there's a part of the home, and this was a pretty large home that they didn't really use, they kept it down in the 60s in the winter when the company was coming, or they had some older children come back in with their families. They would just turn the temperature up again. It's heat. It's
and there's enough hot water here?
Yes, yes.
Okay, because it looks smaller. You know, it looks like half of what you have.
Yes, more than enough, actually.
Okay,
yeah.
all right, good to know. All right, insulation.
This is insulation. Now this is spray foam, okay? So up in the attic here, we're gonna have spray foam going all the way up into the scissor truss system, and then all the walls are foamed, and these walls are actually shaved smooth. So this is just before we get ready to put on drywall in an addition. The spray foam is like the Cadillac of insulation. It has obviously very high R factors, but also the air sealing capacity. So there's no way air can move inside of that wall.
That's great, because I know a lot of people, we have these beautiful cathedral ceilings, but you wonder about the energy loss. Well, it's not going to happen here.
Yeah, cathedral ceilings with recessed lights in them, it's a huge energy saving, so you got to be careful.
This is blown,
cellulose,
right? Yeah.
Yep, that's cellulose insulation. It's a recycled newspaper product with fire retardant on it. That's what that product is. It's thoroughly safe for your home. We blow into attics, into walls. That's really a retrofit application, usually not a new construction. We're going to use that sometimes, but usually that's what's going to go into our no-cost programs. That there's several programs out there. There's programs that are no cost that if you qualify for HEAP, you can actually get the no-cost programs.
I'm looking at this spray foam.
This is spray foam again. Now this is, if you imagine, this is the foundation wall, and this is the floor joist. So it's an 8 or 10 inch area in the bottom of your basement that there's tons of air infiltration in that area.
Okay, all right. We have a chart, and we want to show you on the chart how much you can save. So it's amazing, and we want also to understand that there are NYSERDA programs, there's no-cost options, and there's loan products as well. Yeah,
there's several different options that you can have with the no-cost. If you qualify for HEAP, you'd really be surprised if you're in a home with one person, or if you're a single parent with 2 or 3 children, how low the actual numbers are. A lot of people that don't really know will still qualify. Please give us a call. We really would want to come out and go through it with you. Then there's loans that are on the bill or on finance bills. There's also grants available that are matching funds. On a single family home, $5,000 available that you don't have to pay back. On families, 2 family to 4 family, there's up to $10,000 available that you do not have to ever pay back.
And you know, if you want to look and see what Ivy Lee is all about, you can check the Better Business Bureau. You can check Angie's List and see what they happen to say about them. Fantastic, Mike. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ivy Lee, that's going to be your next call. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.